Hello, traders, and welcome to tradingwithbill.com. I'm Bill. We're in Thailand, and I'm going to tell you, we have blue skies and sun. I think that's the first time in a week. I actually see sunlight. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's cool. It's nice. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the weather. I got to be honest with you. I mean, we should be cooking here. For those people in the States and stuff, it should be like 98 degrees hot and humid, right? For those of you on Celsius, we should be at like 31, right? And it's like cool here. It's probably about 77 degrees here. What's that? 26 in Celsius, something like that. It's just like crazy. It's so beautiful. All right, hey, we're back with charts. So just to tell you what happened this morning, I get up early as I do, and I put my charts on, and I've got a Ninja Trader platform, so I have 6 charts to my right. And I look at the charts, and on the pound, the euro, the Aussie dollar, all of the pivot points are squeezed together. That's a really bad sign. Okay, if you have pivot points on your charts and they're squeezed together on I'm on a 30-minute chart, but any chart, and your pivot points are squeezed together, that's a bad sign. It means really be careful in your trading. It means price hasn't moved if the pivot points are like that. So just be careful on that, all right? All right, so let's see what's going on. Just peeking over here, I see the dollar index is above 95. Thank you, US dollar. Unfortunately, it doesn't reflect nothing on the charts. Well, at least on those set of charts. We'll see what the other set looks like. So it doesn't look like anybody's on a holiday today. It looks like household spending came out of Japan and it was unchanged. Big one today is RBA interest rate decision. Today, oh gosh, almost 4 hours before that happens. And then, of course, the statement. The statement's the big thing. We're not expecting any changes. But, sometimes it smooths it, sometimes it does. Like I said, it's all about the statement. So we'll just keep a really close eye on that. German industrial production today and German trade balance today. Pound's got Halifax house price index today. What do we got? JOLTS job openings out of the U.S. And the CAD has IB PMI today. And that'll bring us up to about 11:30 in the morning on Wall Street. So, no real rant today. Everything's going well. No trades yesterday, either in New York or not in New York. I think one of the big things that I've noticed is the what is going on, and one thing that points out, if you take a look down here, is this VIX. This VIX is now at the 11 mark. We expected this almost 2 months ago. We expected this in June, right? We expected the VIX to dump. Well, it's finally done it. It's taken its toll and it's come down. I was in New York for about the first hour and a half, and the VIX was actually up. It was just about 12:10. And then, of course, you can see the rest of the U.S. session. It just took a dive to the downside. So that's concerning as we're now really into our summer trading. Just have to keep an eye on that. Let's talk about crude /CL up here. Crude's in this range, and it's going like from the 68 to the 70 area. I wouldn't do anything in here, folks. There's nothing to do here. There's no trade. Even at 67, there's no trade. Get to 66, 66.5. Okay, now I'm looking to buy this little bad boy. And if it gets to 70, 71, I'm looking to sell it. It's been in this range for a long time. It's been a long time since we've been up here at $74 a barrel, right? So we've been in this for a long time here. I'd say that's 3/4 of a month we've been here in this range, right? These are daily charts. So just be, if you're going to trade oil, and I love oil. I think trading oil is really a great thing, but not lately. Not lately. It's in this range. It's not doing nothing. Just stay away from that. Dollar index over here, we can see we're at 95.36, which is really nice. Gold just continues to plummet. Gold is just on the downside, and we're at 114.31. We talked about the VIX. The ESs had a higher low yesterday and a higher high. Today you can see we have a brand new candle here. So we'll keep an eye on this, but this is, to the upside. Like I said, this market is still bullish, even though we've had some great down days. And I'm a seller. As far as my New York trading goes, my options. I like to be a guy on the other side. But this market is still bullish. Just because we get 2 or 3 down days doesn't mean we're in a bearish market. Let's take a look at the Euro futures. Wow, we got a green candle today. Wait till you see the chart, you wouldn't know it. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles to the downside, and it's just taking its toll to the downside, and it's just tumbling, right? Really, it's just tumbling. All right, my friends, let's get to it. Yesterday's video was way too long. I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. But let's see if we can get to some charts here. Here's a euro. This is a top-down analysis chart. Here's a daily. Here's a 4-hour. Here's the Ichimoku on a 1-hour. There's nothing here, folks, that says, wow, I want to buy any of this stuff. I haven't touched these charts since yesterday, so what you see is what you see. This broke support. And it broke support. It retested the 10, then broke it again, and then it's just on its way to the downside. It hasn't really done anything. So this had broken support. It has not broken support on our daily. So we'll just keep an eye on that. But what are we looking for when we're looking at these 3 charts? We're looking to make sure that everything is in line, right? We don't want to see a daily down and a 4-hour like really bullish, right? We don't want to see that. We want to see everything that it's basically in the same line, right? And this just screams bearish, right? The trick to this is, as always, where you're going to get in, right? Where you're going to take your trade from. And then, of course, we're down here at the Ichimoku on the 1-hour. We're at the 10. This is below the cloud, folks. This is just absolutely gorgeous. Right below the cloud, gives you a retest back up to the 10, actually spikes through the cloud and comes back down, and then you're in it. Boom, 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 boom. You don't even touch it. Your stop's above the cloud when you got in this bad boy, right? Right? Your stop's up there, never even got touched. Come down, maybe put your stop there, right? That's the previous cloud. And now you just let this baby ride it and do its thing, right? Until it touches a cloud again, there's no reason to touch it. It's just a great supportive indicator in your trading. Just really is a great indicator. It gives you everything you want to know, right? Our future line, which is this red line, is to the downside. Our current line is to a little curve to the upside, and I can't see the green line, folks. It looks like, it's curved to the downside. Okay, it's right there, to be honest with you. All right, so we'll just keep an eye on this. Just keep an eye on it. But it's bullish. I mean, not bullish, it's bearish. Extremely, extremely bearish. All right. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. All right, so let's get to some charts. Now, I know I said, and I want to, talk about other currency pairs, and I think that's an important thing to do. So, but we're going to really, for the next probably 3 weeks, stick with our majors and see what's going on, and because this market's really tough. But I am going to talk about the CAD Swiss today. So we talked about the euro. So here's the euro on a 30-minute regular chart here. This just hasn't done anything, folks. There's nothing to do here, right? What are you going to do? You're going to move this back? Oh, well, really can move that there. That's probably your next resistance level to the upside, right? You want to sell, you want to buy this, you can buy that over there, right? I want to sell it there. That doesn't change anything. Everything's basically the same. We're just looking for this entry. We're surely not going to enter this until we get above this 55 exponential moving average, right? So let me go to a new one. So this is the CAD Swiss. I was scanning around early this morning, and I like this setup here. This is a really interesting setup on this CAD Swiss. So, we have a couple of things going on here, and one is a really nice trend line, right? We could probably trend line this, from probably down here somewhere, or just trend line this baby out. We want 3 touches, right? Probably actually that is the way to do it. Oh, is that what happened? All right. So this has broken the trend line a little bit. It's come back up, right? But this is a good area here. But I think the key to this chart is right below this 55 exponential moving average. And if we can get this down here at the 76, 55, 60 area, you know, 50 area, you know, we can sell this, but we need to close below this 55. If we can close below this 55, this is a wide open space, friends. We don't have an issue till back here, right? Check this out. Here's our issue. Right? We have a bunch of area that we can take on this, you know, to the other direction. So this is a really nice trade if it'll trigger, right? This is the problem this time now, to get trades to trigger and to sustain the trade. You know, that's what we got. So yeah, so we're really, you know, I like this. I like this cat twist. I really do. This looks like a nice, this can just get below this 55, close, bang, you're going to take it down. Where are you going to put your stop? Well, you're going to have to put your stop up there, right, at 76.70, right? So you're going to give it about a 25 pip stop loss. Folks, just remember, stop losses are for emergencies. Stop loss isn't to sit back and wait till you get stopped out, right? You know, you get too high lows, too high highs, and you have to get your stop loss. Maybe you should say, hey, listen, this ain't working. Let's get out of this thing. We can always re-enter. I'd rather take a 10 pip loss or a 15 pip loss and then re-enter than take a 30 pip loss and let it go to the stop loss, right? We need a stop loss, but stop loss isn't we wait to get stopped out. Stop loss is like an emergency. Like somebody gets in front of a microphone and says something crazy. Just let me put this back in here before I forget. And all right, so let's get out of that. Let's move over and take a look at our pound. Here's our pound, folks. We can take this out of here. This is absolutely useless. So here's our pound. Here we go, right? Maybe we can get a sell trade if it comes up to there. We can buy this at any. I would really want to buy this above the 55. I wouldn't want to be buying. I wouldn't want to be buying this going into that 55 exponential moving average, right? But you know, let's put in a nice support line there. There's a nice support line. So we see where we're at here, but this thing's just, you know, this thing's just dumping, right? Just going to the downside. What can you say? I keep saying it because I just want to really get it into people's mind. Entry is vital here, because if you get a bad entry, you're gonna get stopped out really quick. You know, your trade's gonna go bad, right? So you know, there are trades, folks, right? There are trades, right? If you got in this trade on this candle here, below the 10, 29.90, right? And you took it down to this red candle here, right? 29.20, right? That's a 60 pip trade yesterday, okay? So there are trades, you know, they're not easy. Listen, I wasn't in it, right? And they're not easy, but that was a 60 pip trade yesterday, you know, on the pound. So there are trades, but they're tough to find. They're just tough to find. Take a look at the Aussie. Like we said, you know, the Aussie is bearish. This is in a nice spot now. I have to be honest with you. I didn't see this earlier, but I sort of like this. You know, with below this 55, we've got the 10 going on top of price. You know, maybe a mini trend line here, right? Right, mini trend line here, get price to close below it, and we can sell this little thing here, and we can take it down. You know, this again, we have a wide open space, no price action till we get to here, but this I call a wide open space, just really clean. And you know, this little bump here in the road at 73.50, you're gonna get a bump in the road there, and that's okay. You know, just be ready for it. But if you can get in this here, your stop's just like 10 pips above the, or 5 pips above the 200 exponential moving average. That's it, right? Maybe 10. So yeah, so this Aussie, I have to be honest with you, it looks pretty decent. Taking a look at the Kiwi, really nothing. You know, there's nothing here, folks. You just got to wait for this to give us a pullback, right? We just got to wait for this to give us a pullback. You can ignore that. That's not anything. I mean, you know, to the 200, and then you're coming right back into this, right? You go to here, and you got this left of the chart. You always got to look left of the chart, right? This is a disaster, left of the chart, right? You're going to get into trouble here. Just leave this alone. Leave this alone. There's really nothing to do on this Kiwi, unfortunately. But you know, that is what it is. That's going to be our next support level. We can only wish we can get up to that level, right? So, you know, that's where we're at on that. Let's take a look at some Ikimuku Cloud stuff. All right, so here we are in the euro. Coming into the cloud, what does that mean? Absolutely no trade. If price action's inside the cloud, we leave it alone and don't do a thing, right? This worked out pretty nice. Came up, went into the cloud, came out of the cloud, closed below the cloud. There was your entry, and you just rode this baby out and took it to the downside. Comes back up, right? Higher low, higher high. Doji, green candle. There's your entry to the upside, back up into the cloud. You know, really smooth going. We're in the cloud now. We're not going to touch this. What do we want to see, though? What do we want to see? We want to see this come to the top of the cloud to resistance, right? And then come back down, right? Or we want to see this come to the bottom here at support, break support, retest it, continue to the downside. That's probably what's going to happen. But who knows? We don't know. But, remember, we don't trade inside the cloud, right? Now, if you've entered the trade up here and you end up inside the cloud on the way down, well, that's okay. You stay in the trade. But you don't take an entry inside the cloud. No entry inside the cloud. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the pound. This should be interesting. There's that move yesterday we talked about, that 60-pip move there yesterday. Right, yeah, sideways, small little candles here. Right, look at these candles. That's why these pivots on, if you have pivots on one of your charts, you'll see they're squished together. Well, this is why. Look at this. No price action here, right? Really, we want this to come up to the cloud, up to this resistance, and then continue to sell it, right? Continue to sell it. Our 26 period line in behind is got a curve to the downside. That's all you need to know. There's nothing to do here. There's nothing to do. Absolutely nothing to do. If you win the trade here, maybe you're still in it, right? There's no reason to get in it. There's no reason to get out of it. We're still okay. We're sideways. If you get up to, if you start going up to the cloud, you would consider getting out, or at least you probably.
It's 7 hours.
You cut yourself already and scaled out. All right, so here's our Aussie in the cloud. However, getting ready to pop out of this cloud, right? This looks like this is getting ready to pop out, but it's got a green candle currently. But we'd like to see this pop out of the cloud. We can sell this. The other thing is, this can just come up here to resistance up here. This can come up to resistance here, and then, just continue down. But this is in the cloud. It looks like it's getting ready to pop out of it, possibly a sell opportunity on the Aussie dollar. So we'll just watch that. And we will take a look at the Kiwi. Get rid of that. Right, inside the cloud. Inside the cloud. I'm sorry. I was looking over here. Going sideways. Not a lot going on. Clouds above it. We'd like to, we want to sell this. We'd love to sell it up there somewhere. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what we want. Nothing to do here. Sideways. Future line, this red line, future line showing sideways. Current price line showing sideways. And our 26 period line in the past shows a little bit curved to the downside. So that's what's going on. No trade. A couple of signals may be ahead, and we'll just watch that as our day progresses. Traders, thank you so much for being with me on this Tuesday. Hopefully we cut the time down a little bit, trying to talk a little faster and get through this. It was a little long yesterday. I think we were 22 minutes yesterday. It's a little long. All right, traders, have a great trading day. And have fun. That's what it's all about. Have fun and have a good trading day. Traders, always remember to trade smart, not hard. We'll catch you on a Wednesday morning tomorrow in Asia. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.